I think there's a few different types of dads out there. The use your head dad, I used to think was such a funny dad. Like when I would hear a dad, use your head. Like if I was that kid, I'd be like, Dad, I'm fucking 8. Okay? If there was ever a time I didn't know how to use my head, it would be right now. Like your ass is still getting yelled at by mom and you're fucking 52 years old. You can't even take the trash out. You can't even cook a fucking steak right. You know what I mean? Like you use your head, Dad. Hang on. Airports are pretty crazy. I'm the kind of guy, I put my headphones in, go to security, go straight to my gate, sit down on the plane, address the armrest situation real quick. I don't even open up the door to talk to anybody. I don't care. I used to though, like when I would drink, everybody's my best friend. I used to only fly if I was super drunk or I was super hungover. Because if I'm drunk and the plane's going down, I'm like, hell yeah, greatest time of my life. This is how I thought I'd go out. If I'm hungover, I'm like, this plane can't hit the ground fast enough. Take me now. That's how bad I feel. So that was how I cope with the anxieties of flying. I always wondered, what kind of small talk went on in airplane cockpits. You're going to be stuck inside of a little box with somebody else carrying passengers behind you for 5 hours. And you're like, gosh, damn it, dude, I got to fly with fucking Dave on Tuesday. And Dave likes sports. I don't know anything about sports, but he's going to talk to me about sports. Like, I couldn't imagine making small talk and just throwing out names. Like, yeah, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. Like, I would set the precedent really quick, like really early. Look, Dave, I don't like sports. I don't know anything about sports. We're not going to talk about it. How's the weather? Not bad. Where are you going after this? Let's just not even talk. I wonder if it's part of the training, actually. Like, hey, we're going to put you in a cardboard box for 8 hours with a stranger. And if you don't kill that person, you pass. You can now be a pilot because you can handle the hardest part of flying. My girlfriend and I, we were at the airport a little while ago, and I saw this guy, Louis Vuitton shirt, Gucci pants, Gucci belt, Louis Vuitton. Everything was Gucci or Louis Vuitton. And I was like, look at this guy. In my mind, I'm like, oh, he's fucking doing it. Like, he's feeling himself. He's rocking and rolling. He's strutting. She sees him and she's like, do you think he's famous? And I'm like, there's zero chance that guy is famous. And she's like, why? I was like, well, he's walked past us 8 times. This guy is literally using the airport as a fucking runway to show off what he has, what he owns. If he was famous, he wouldn't want to be noticed. One time, it was actually after my brother had fought in Orange County, California, and I was gonna go do this first movie thing I ever did, and it was Clarion, Pennsylvania. So I'm flying from Orange County to Clarion, Pennsylvania. I get on the airplane, and I'm super hungover. Last seat of the plane, I'm sitting there, and I look over, and I'm like, I bet this guy's an actor on the thing we're gonna go do, because he kind of had that weird, he had that actor look, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'll sit next to him, maybe we'll talk about acting. Put my headphones in, so hungover, I'm like, you know what, fuck talking, I'm just gonna take a nap. And all of a sudden I get tapped on the shoulder. A guy and his wife, and he said, excuse me, do you mind switching seats so my wife and I can sit together? Well, this is the right thing to do. Let these two sit together. And I get up, I just see one seat, and it's in the middle, just one middle seat. And I'm like, there's no way that's the only seat left. And I go up to the flight attendant and I say, excuse me, I just gave my seat to two people back there so they could sit. I'm trying to find something other than this seat. And she's like, God, that's the last one on the plane. I was like, no, it's not. She's like, yeah, that's the last one. There's no way that I'm sitting in the middle of this seat for 5.5 hours after I just gave up my prime seat because people couldn't get on the fucking plane at the right time. So instead of making a huge scene, I just sat down and just sweated my ass off all the way across the country to Clarion, Pennsylvania. And that is the last time I will ever give up my seat to anybody. I don't care if you only have one leg. I don't care if you don't get on the plane at the right time. I'm not being inconvenienced or uncomfortable. I'm a piece of shit. I have a strong feeling that if one of the symptoms of COVID was to lose 2 inches of your penis size, we'd see a whole lot less noses hanging out of masks. That's why I'm sweating.